Hi everyone, welcome to Indian Story Read Along. Today we're going to talk about the story of Tryambakeshwar, and this is part of our set of stories about the 12 Jyotirlingas, all of them in India. There are 64 of them, but 12 of them are the main ones. So today let's start the story of Tryambakeshwar. Okay, many years ago, there lived on the Brahmagiri mountain a noble sage called Gautama with his virtuous wife Ahalya. They're very famous. Lots of stories about them. They were both constantly engaged in performing austerities. That means tapas, different kinds of pujas, homams. Once, there were no rains for several years. All living creatures were miserable. Gautama then did penance for many years and pleased the Lord of Water, Varuna. So Varuna appears in front of him and says, "What is it you wish?" "Water, Lord. Without water, this creation will perish." Varuna bade him dig a hole in the ground. When it was 1 hand deep, that's not a deep hole for water. If you know about how to dig for water, 1 hand is not a deep hole at all. But here's Varuna. He's here to work his magic. "I will fill this with a divine spring of water, which shall have no end." Soon after, fields of grain became green again, and animals regained their strength and vigor. There was prosperity everywhere, and people knew happiness and contentment once again. Ahalya and Gautama were both happy that their penance had borne fruit. But there was a group of women who became jealous of Ahalya. They went to their husbands. "We do not like Ahalya. She and her husband must be driven away from here." Their husbands were evil-minded ascetics, like rishis or sages. They did penance and invoked Lord Ganesha. "Lord, we want to get rid of Gautama. You must help us." And this is why I like Ganesha so much. Instead of, without thinking, just granting them whatever they ask for, like Brahma and Shiva always do in these stories, look at what he says. He's thinking about it and realizes this is not a good thing these people have asked him. "You have chosen wrongly," Ganesha says. "Gautama and Ahalya are good and virtuous. Ask another boon. You won't? Very well then. Your wish will come to pass, but you will regret having troubled a good man." And then a strange event took place in the forest. Gautama came upon an underfed cow. He went to offer her some grass and stroked her back with a blade of grass. "You poor thing," Gautama said. "You look hungry to me. Here is some fresh green grass." Whereupon she promptly fell down dead. That's a surprise. Well, it seems like it was an accident, but still, Gautama was horrified. He and his wife were driven out of the forest by the evil ascetics and their wives. They're shouting at them, "Cow killer! It is a sin for us to even look at you! Go away! Get out of this forest!" They went to live in another forest. There the Brahmins enjoined him to perform severe penance for purification. So they said, this is what you have to do to get rid of this sin, because even they believed that they killed the cow. They didn't know about Ganesha granting this wish. So the Brahmin there is saying, "After your penance, propitiate Lord Shiva and ask for Ganga to come here. Only then will you be purified." The hardship and penance of Gautama and Ahalya were soon rewarded. There goes Shiva, boom! Oh Muni, I am greatly moved by your perseverance and devotion. However, your detractors will have to be punished for all the trouble they have subjected you to. He's talking about those evil Munis who created this scheme to get him out of the forest. He's saying, well, I'm going to have to punish them. Let's see what Gautama and Ahalya say. Gautama and Ahalya decide to be kind. He says, "Do not punish them, Lord. Had it not been for them, I would never have had your darshan. I request you to bring Ganga here for my purification." At Shiva's behest, Ganga descended there. Shiva says to her, "Ganga, purify this rishi with your waters, and then remain here for the purification of others." And then Ganga replies, "I will, my lord, on one condition. Along with Parvati, you must remain here with me." And Shiva says, "So be it." Shiva then turned himself into the Tryambakeshwar Jyotirlinga, and Ganga, as she flows here, came to be known as the river Gautami, now known as Godavari. So this is the end of this story, Tryambakeshwar, part of one of the 12 Jyotirlingas. And this story was one of my old comics. The cover has fallen off, about the 12 Jyotirlingas by Adarsh Chitrakata. So we're going to be finishing the rest of the stories in future videos. If you liked this video, then let us know. Please subscribe to our channel, Indian Story Read Along. We'll see you next time.